Hello guys, my name is Frithian and I welcome you to the third episode of the Trash Fan Podcast. And happy Halloween! By the time this video releases, it's the 31st of October, Halloween time. And
Spooky
today,
month.
spooky month, yes. I surprisingly I haven't seen a lot of skeleton memes or some shit. Memes about October. It was sort of dead,
I've seen a lot of Skeletor memes. Do those count?
I guess. I don't know. Anyway, today we have as guests we have the creators of Binding of Isaac, Epiphany, or as the alternative title is the devs of Tarnished Characters. We have Zane
Hello.
and we have Wilson.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
great.
cool
Yeah,
enough.
hi. Here,
And of
it's me,
course, you
Wilson. Here.
already know me, Shide.
And there's of course our co-host, which doesn't deserve an introduction in the third episode.
Hey.
Hey, you were introduced in the second episode. That's all you basically need. Okay?
He's already
yeah,
being
that's right.
replaced.
Basically. Since this will be released on Halloween, how do you feel about Halloween exactly?
Well, it's personally my favorite month of the year and favorite holiday, even over Christmas, because it's free candy. It's the weather's finally getting cold. It's like I finally have a moment to relax. I guess is how I put it. Uh, Generally good all around is what I would say.
Shy?
And
Uh, my bias shows through, and the other day I found out, one of my friends said that you're never too old to trick or treat, so that's probably what I'm gonna do this year.
Oh. Well, to be entirely honest, we don't have Halloween where I live. We have this little holiday where we celebrate the dead. I know it sounds kind of what the fuck, but
Day of the Dead kind of thing, or
I guess it's like early November, like 3rd or 4th. I don't exactly know how to translate it, but
gotcha.
the whole point of this podcast is to talk about your mod, which is Tarnished Characters. Can you
Yes,
tell
indeed.
us? Can you tell us more about the Tarnished Characters or Binding of Isaac Epiphany?
Well, it's a long, complicated story from what I've gathered. Because everyone on the team came from different places. I've noticed. I came from another YouTuber's Discord. I don't exactly remember how. And then Wilson, I think, started the whole thing by drawing stuff and then posting it on Reddit. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wilson.
Yeah, I posted it on Reddit mostly, but I also posted it in those YouTuber Discord servers that you mentioned.
Right. And sorry, what was the initial question? It was how did this whole thing start, or
Can you tell us more about Binding of Isaac Epiphany
Right.
/ Tarnished Characters?
Well, the whole mod seeks to basically take the tainted characters and take that a step further and enhance the characters, make them something fresh, something new, some new concept to bring life into the game.
I also noticed that they are a lot more, beaten up and bloody. Is there a reason for that?
I would say. Oh, sorry, Wilson. Go ahead.
I'd like to mention that the main direction, the main art direction we go for within these tarnished characters is mostly that they're more corrupted. They're more fucked up. And you see in the tainted characters, for example, tainted Isaac, you can see that he got a black eye, and so that's how the whole series started. Even with just the art project that I started with, where basically I just asked myself, okay, how can I make these characters more ruined, more fucked up, and that's basically it, really.
Yeah,
I see.
I would say the whole thing basically played into, okay, how can we make tainted characters but different, you know? I would say that's probably kind of what started that trend.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Uh
making characters more fucked up. I think you actually succeeded in that because Maggie suffering from cardiac arrest. That's pretty severe. But
oh
anyway,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm not
But
sure
we'll
who came up with that one. But yeah, it is a cool concept.
yeah, but we'll talk about the two existing tarnished characters a bit later. First, I want to know where did you get the idea of tarnished characters or seaside characters?
I would say that question mostly belongs to Wilson because he is the one who started the whole thing. So, Wilson, if you will.
I just thought it'd be cool.
I guess
There you
I
have
guess
it, folks.
yeah. There you have it. Wilson thought it was cool. I mean, yeah, it is a cool concept in my opinion. Like,
Yeah, and honestly, it's really unique, and the way the characters are, like their items behave and stuff. I've never seen anything like this.
I wouldn't exactly say unique. Tainted characters still exist, but
I know, but their gimmicks, I meant.
the
They're actually
gimmicks, yeah.
something I've never seen before in the modding community.
If I may say, I feel like part of the like where this unique come or like all this uniqueness does come from, uh, it comes from the like one day a Discord server was just randomly started by one of the devs, and it just sort of took off from there. Then we thought of the idea of just, hey, what if we got random people in the community to just come up with ideas and vote on those ideas?
So it's more of a community thing.
Yeah, it all started from like just a bunch of people coming up with random ideas and seeing Wilson's drawings to, hey, what if we started a Discord server? And then it just evolved from there.
Hmm.
Also, I need a second. My PC appears to have accidentally unplugged the HDMI. That is unfortunate. This thing is falling apart. My apologies. I
Okay,
assume
yeah,
my mic is still picking up.
yeah. It is still connected. Yes. We'll wait a bit. I guess that's
Alright.
doable.
I mean, no, you're fine. You can continue. I think as long as the audio is working, it should be fine.
All right. We started a little discussion about tarnished Maggie. I want to return to those two available characters. Now, can you give us a short description of both of them?
Yes. Wilson, do you want to give a description of Isaac, and I can do Maggie?
Okay. In terms of like gameplay, I guess Isaac is really not like its gimmick says. It's more control but less options. His his blighted dice. It's meant to somewhat simulate the experience the player gets when playing as Tainted Isaac. You know, with how you're able to choose between two items. But right here, you can choose between two items within your inventory. As for the broken dice idea, it's really came up this as like this another downside to Isaac, Tarnish Isaac, because we realized that uh, at first without the broken dice, Tarnish Isaac's downside is really just the same as Tainted Isaac's downside, that being the 8-item limitation. So we came up with broken dice. At first, we had the idea of like you are able to take both items that are presented to you when you use blighted dice. But then we realized that people can farm planetarium items with it. So we changed it to just you're able to only take one. And broken dice, it's meant to be a downside for you to plan out what item you would want to sacrifice, or rather how at what moment, at what time should you use blighted dice so that you won't have to sacrifice another item just to utilize the character's gimmicks.
And could we talk about the Blighted Dice's appearance itself, because I noticed it looks almost like kind of eldritch style.
Oh, yeah. The blighted dice. Its design is originally came up by Chemicat, a friend of ours, who wanted it to look like some kind of dice made out of flesh or something. And I basically I made it first, but another spriter resprited it, and so here's how it looks like right now with like stitches and like flesh being sewn together. So I also find that it's designed to be quite disturbing in a way, but the whole game is meant to be disturbing, so I guess it somewhat fits.
What about Tainted Maggie then?
Tainted Maggie is an interesting case. Her whole gimmick is the aforementioned cardiac arrest. So it's her pocket. You basically throw that at enemies and they explode in hearts. And your whole goal is to pick up those hearts and, well, survive. I believe that's that's basically the gist of it. You just keep getting health and using cardiac arrest to your advantage.
I just realized that,
Unfortunately.
yeah, I just realized that I just said Tainted Maggie instead of Tarnished Maggie. So great job, Frith. Great fucking job.
I wouldn't worry about it.
You are surely an excellent piece of a host. Anyway,
I honestly, I think I've heard like a dev or two even like early on accidentally call them the same thing,
okay,
especially when we were going through the naming process.
yeah. If the devs do it, I don't really care that much anymore. Anyway, what are your favorite characters from the entire game? If we are talking about the normal and tainted characters,
Oh gosh.
this is related to the tarnished versions a bit later, by the way.
Right. Well, for me, I would honestly say maybe Kane for the normal, and probably Forgotten for a Tainted. What about you, Wilson?
Uh,
Oh,
for
sorry.
Tainted, it's Tainted, Forgotten, and as for normal, I think it's Judas.
Shide?
Forgotten for normal and Tainted Apollyon.
Tainted Apollyon. Well, for normal characters, that's... I don't know, honestly, if I should be Mimi or not. But okay, I have two favorite normal
Jacob
characters.
Viso.
Yes, but I have two favorite characters. One is Judas as normal, and second is Jacob and Sour. Just because I promised to multiple of my friends that I will become the best Jacob and Sour player. So I have this Stockholm syndrome to those two. Just but anyway,
Neither of his runs have gone well, by the way.
I
not yet. But you know, I'm trying. Okay. I'm fairly new to the game, so I don't have a lot of tainted characters unlocked. But I think that Tainted Azazel is somewhat good enough. I mean, the only two I have unlocked so far is Tainted Samson and Tainted Azazel, so I can only choose between those two. And I don't know. I just really don't like melee in games in general. So Tainted
so
Azazel.
definitely not a Tainted Samson player, huh?
I mean, the concept of Tainted Samson is definitely cool, but I do get quite reckless when he gets into his fucking rage mode, because I usually just lose like half of my fucking health. But that's because I'm a shitty player. That's not because of the character being bad specifically.
Yeah, Yeah, honestly, I tend to even I lose my health, which I won't lie, I'm not even that good at the game either.
Me neither, and I've been playing it for 5 years.
Oof. Okay. There were a couple of names, like and Kane and Forgotten. What would be the tarnished versions for those? Have you thought about that?
Yes, actually. So going back to the old Discord, like how we run polls through the community, uh, we had an entire polling event where we'd be like, okay, everyone, at voters, uh, can you please vote or like come up with ideas for this character? And yeah, we just sort of went from there. I don't quite remember what Tainted Kane or like Tainted Napoleon is because those two are quite a ways away. Uh, Actually not Kane, but like
Forgotten?
uh, yeah, Forgotten. Thank you. I'm brain slipping. But yeah, we have all the concepts ready. It's just a matter of making them and getting all the sprite work done for their unlocks and all that.
Mm-hmm. By the way, you said tainted instead of tarnished, but
Son of
So
a
all of the
son of a. Hmm.
okay.
so
Well,
all of the
look
tarnished
at me.
characters are pretty much done. They just need to be sprited and coded.
Yeah, the ideas are pretty much here. I mean, of course, everything's subject to change because it's like you have an idea and then you put it in the game and it's like, oh yeah, wait, this idea is extremely broken. I can one shot delirium. Whoops, better fix that.
You know what? You know what? That would make actually Delirium somewhat of a bad boss. Change
Yeah,
my mind. But
I
It
again,
would make
but
him fair.
yeah, it would actually make him fair though. Instead of like teleflagging you out of fucking nowhere, you can just one
yeah.
shot
Yeah,
him and be
seriously.
done
If
with it.
like pretty much like on every run on the Switch where I'm playing fucking Forgotten, I never get a good run. So I go to Delirium like an idiot, and then I end up dying, even if I have 9 lives.
Oof.
I don't do it with delirium, but I end up getting into a little cycle where I'm like, okay, I'm playing this character and I'm getting cocky or I'm getting desperate. I'm like, okay, let me go to Hush, and then I promptly die because it's Hush and he is very bulky.
Hush is at least somewhat fair. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, Hush is like you can learn his patterns, unlike Delirium, where it's just like, okay, let's spin the wheel. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Do tarnished characters have some like backstory though, or are they just a cool concept?
See,
Uh,
yeah,
I
I'll
guess I'll
listen.
let Sing to talk about this first. Uh,
Uh, oh wait, oh listen, I thought you were going. Sorry. I guess here's what I'll say. I know one of the devs is working on something special, which I don't think I can exactly say what. Uh, they'd probably murder me if I said anything. But
Oof.
there is something special in the works done by them. Uh, but as for like proper lore and all that, I'll let Wilson, since he's the one who started it, and I'm not exactly sure myself.
Alright, so I like to say that for me at least, for since the original like Reddit series, for me it really again it's just a cool concept. I didn't have any like lore for it. I remember I received a a really long-winded comment on one of the posts. I think it's Tainted Isaac. It's about how like they think this is basically extra fucked up that more than like normal gameplay where you see like Isaac using all kind of crazy items because this lore significance, and I told him no, I just thought it's cool. But as the thing have said, one of our developers are like making something special for it. So you guys just have to see. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ah. Well, I'm asking because from other mod creators that I've talked about when it comes to like creators of character mods, they always had at least some slight of a lore behind their characters. Uh, I think there was one dev which was taking inspiration for his character from for some Nordic mythology. I can't exactly remember. And another death was basically uh, making a love interest for Isaac. Those are really wacky ideas, but I think that you know every single modding community needs to have wacky ideas in order to like sweeten the selection, I guess.
Yeah, like I will agree with that. It's like I do think that like any game that does have like a modding scene does need like, those weird mods that like kind of get your brain going. Like, oh, there's a mod that adds Isaac, but he explodes every 5 seconds because every time he picks up coin or something dumb.
Yeah.
Or like a custom challenge that makes it so like every time you get hit, oh no, you're at delirium or something dumb.
Oh
Or like
no,
a random boss.
that would have been.
That could be like an April Fool's challenge.
Oh no.
Every time you
What?
get hit, a bloat spawns.
Oh my god. Don't
Oh
even.
my, bloat. Oh no.
I hate that
actually.
so fucking much.
Yeah, I actually was browsing through the Isaac subreddit, and there was this one post. The title of that post was "The Bloat," and what it read
Oh,
was, "I would commit murder if the devs would remove it from the game." That's it. That's the post. Good night. That's literally all it said.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
someone being
Honestly, all I can think of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, being committed to having a boss removed is, I don't know. I mean, good for you, I guess, for being so dedicated. But like, bruh, just you can seek for professional help, bro. Just call your
Yeah.
just call your therapist, bro, please.
I
But
wonder
any-
what the next expansion will be called, if there will be another expansion.
Didn't they say that it was like the final one? That the
I don't
Pendants
know.
was
But
the
I
final
don't
one?
remember.
I think they have said this is the final one, but also I
They
think
said
this
that
is
for
like the
Afterbirth
third
Plus
time.
as well.
I think this is like the third time that they've said it's the final. Also,
Yeah.
I think like Edmund said something about like, don't quote me on this. I think Edmund has said something about like, oh, I'm willing to work on the game as much as Kilburn is, or something like that, or like another one of its devs. So
I think a
It's-
good name for the next expansion, if there is one, would be like Retribution or something.
yeah, I will say I do think the final ending is kind of a good stopping note, I guess is how I'd put it.
I
Like there is
suppose.
still
There's
a
still
lot
a
of
lot of
mystery,
questions.
but I do like how there are questions though. I feel like that's kind of what makes a good game. Just, like leaving questions open to the player so that they can answer it themselves and come up with their own ending or part to the story. Which I guess you can kind of see tarnished characters in that light, where you can come up with your own, like explanation, I guess.
Right. Okay. Well, right now, usually we have a section dedicated for the most popular items in the Isaac workshop in the past week. But as I'm looking at it, there's nothing interesting, so fuck it. Now, as per usual, every single episode of this podcast has to be at least somewhat interesting. So, I have prepared some joke questions. I'm sorry
Oh, boy.
yeah. I'm sorry if some of them are weird, but you know that's
Don't worry about it.
that's the nature of this podcast. Who is the best Isaac YouTuber?
Wow, that hitting us with the hard one right off the bat, huh? Well, I would say for me, solely because they're the one who got me into the Isaac community, it would probably be Huts, like Huts Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Wilson?
PewDiePie. Okay, I'll be honest. I do think PewDiePie once played Isaac or something, but to be honest, I'll coincide with saying here and I'll also say Huts just because his videos are fun. I don't know what else to say. His videos are fun to watch.
Shide.
Himicat Gaming got me into it.
Well, I'm very much disappointed that you didn't answer Frithian, but that's okay. That's okay. I surely don't have a giant ego.
You're my second favorite, okay?
Fair enough. Anyway, are you the type of person who would kill Baby Plum or spare Baby Plum?
Murder. Instant murder.
Me too.
Fuck's sake! You're such a fucking disappointment, you fuck. Anyway,
Wow, I hit a nerve, didn't I?
fuck.
Wowee.
Fuck, I sprayed a fucking energy drink all over my goddamn door. I shouldn't have done that.
Well, that's gonna be fun.
That's the nature of this podcast, I guess, Wilson.
Wowee.
Oof. Yeah, Wilson, would you spare Baby Plum or kill Baby Plum?
Kill.
Did you answer this question, Shide?
Yes, I did. I said it's situational.
I would say it's also situational, but come on, how the fuck can you murder such a cute face? Come on, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Plum flute sucks ass.
Yeah, no, honestly, I thought Pump Flute was so good whenever I first got it. But then I kind of realized that, oh yeah, there's a million items that do this, but better.
I mean, it's also situational with me. If I need an active item, I just spare it, and if I if I have a better active item, I don't fucking care. Anyway, Jacob and Sour good players, good characters.
Jacob and Esau?
Yeah.
Here's what I'm confused about. Because, to my knowledge, like when Jacob and Esau were first introduced through, I can't remember the name of the mod because I'm a dunce, they were actually pretty good. But then, like, something maybe happened with the repentance, and then they just kind of got bad in a weird way, where their hitbox is like way too big.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Were they in anti-birth? Jacob and Sour?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that?
Were Jacob and Sour in anti-birth?
I think it was, yes.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. I know Repentance started from a mod, which was, I believe, Antibirth.
Yep.
Which is how we got the mines and mausoleum and all that. Which can I just say that's absolutely freaking genius on Edmund and his team's part to be like, okay, well, what if we don't make our own content but just ask these kind mod creators, hey, can we add your mod to the game as official? I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It of course depends on the situation itself, but generally, I think that's mostly cool. Yeah, just the devs actually, implementing mods into the game officially. I think that's cool. But
Yeah.
I think I mentioned that I'm fairly new in the community. I've only joined like a month or two ago, so I've never actually experienced something like anti-birth or abortion birth or similar. Uh, how is actually anti-birth compared to repentance? What is better?
Well, I unfortunately wouldn't know because I am also relatively new to the community. I joined around like 3 or 2 months before Repentance came out. I think I actually may have joined around the time it was announced, but don't quote me on that. So I actually never experienced either of these mods either. All I really saw from them was from YouTubers like Jimmy Cat, Huts, Alexia, etc.
Oh yeah, I forgot to actually mention Chimicat was also supposed to be a guest on this podcast, but he fell ill. So I obviously wish him the very best in his recovery. But I'm also kinda pissed because now I can't put his name into the fucking title and not make as many views as possible. Fuck. Anyway, enough of egotistical talk. I have this final question that that my friend once asked me, and I just couldn't resist, but including it here. How juicy are your balls?
Oh gosh. Well, G. Willikers, Batman. Give me a moment to process that one. I need a second. Wilson, do you have any comments or?
Oh my god.
Please don't respond, please. This is the literal
God.
definition.
God damn it,
This is
Frithian.
the. I just, you know what? I shouldn't be the fucking host of this podcast, okay? I just make everything awkward. Shite, can you just, end this? I'm leaving. Fuck off.
Alright, Frithian went to go find
Alrighty then.
Baby Plum. Okay.